Welcome back to the channel. It is now a new month and we are in September. So we are still in the last, or in Q3, last month of quarter, and slowly entering autumn season. What we saw today was NFP be released. We're going to look on the screen now. We're going to see what data the data came out as. So unemployment rate actually came out higher than expected and previous ones. 3.8%, a big jump, which was expected with previous labor data becoming less robust, let's say. So finally, the labor market is taking a hit as expected, and non-farm payroll came out. It was adjusted, so it was previously 187 actually, and revised to 157 to make it look like there's been an increase in jobs. This is just damage control done by the I believe it's to do with the Fed. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's Labor Bureau Statistics who do all that ones or do these ones. So they've obviously revised it to make it less damaging, because previously it was 187, so it wouldn't have shown any increase at all, would just been plateaued. And overall, a mixed bit of data. We got ISM manufacturer PMI coming out better than expected, and S&P Global Manufacturer PMI coming out better than expected but worse than previous. So overall, actually not all one-sided, very mixed. Which actually held weight? Well, if we look at the charts now, you can see we had a big spike up to key level coincidentally, and then pushed all the way back down to 1935 roughly. So overall, dollar strength held a bit more weight. You can see the XY on the right hand side of the screen at 104 as well. So that's what held weight in the markets today. Let's look at what trades we took. We took 3 trades, all losses unfortunately, and all on GJ. I couldn't manage to get a trade in gold. So we can see, let's tell the story here. Intraday time frame, 1 hour. Looking at the GJ right now, we're stuck in a range during London. We had 184,500 and 182,200. I expected low volume, low volatility. Why? Because we had NFP, bigger data event. We also had unemployment rate come out as well. So the market's just on edge until that releases. 12 o'clock comes out. We had a bit more volume in the markets pre-NFP, pre-New York. And then New York drops, and with that, the data comes, and you see the reaction we had of push down, retest, and now coming back down. So you can see my traders actually would have worked now, which is, what's the word? Frustrating isn't the right word. It's nice to see my thoughts come into fruition, but it's a shame that my execution wasn't on where it should have been. So let's jump down to the lower time frames and see where we took off 3 entries. So first entry, why we took it, where we took it, down to 1 minute now, is we've created a low. We've broken out that intraday zone. Initially, we saw the data come out, bad. Unemployment rate is increasing. It's not good. Safe havens gain strength, which is JPY in this case. However, we started to retest, come back in once we created that zone. It was low, sorry, at 183,500. And I was expecting reactions at this level at 184 flat, hopping back to the 15-minute. Sorry for confusion if any occurred. We can clearly see here there was previous support, and hoping that would turn to resistance to then continue down. Very preemptive, very aggressive once again. I seem to tend to do a lot of aggressive entries towards the end of the day. NYSE opened. The issues with these 2 trades is I completely forgot, going back to the the data trading economics calendar, we can clearly see 2 key data events or 3 key data events coming out at in that range of time. So both these entries are a bit too close, within 10 minutes of that entry. So obviously we got caught up in that, and it went against us. If that came out differently, as in not as good for US dollar, then let's say manufacturers is like 45, 46, we would have seen continued sells back to the lows, but we didn't get that. So that was my own fault. 2 stupid losses for that reason. Then we saw, right, if we hop back to the hour time frame again, and we can clearly see that intraday time frame, or intraday range, I should say, on the intraday time frame between 184, 18500 and 184.200, that range between those zones, or levels, I should say, once we broke it, it's just a simple break and a retest, and that was what I was looking for. So I was expecting to retest the lows and continue down. What actually happened? Well, I anticipated that retest. We got the double top form on the 15. I just got stopped out. I mean, literally I closed just before, but if we really wanted to measure this and get very accurate, 0.4, so pipettes. Like it was very small, and ultimately to me this just confirms that my idea of what I was expecting has occurred. We did get that push down, not as far as I wanted to the lows of the day, not enough volume, but we did get, a 1 to 1.7 in the end. But overall, managed poorly. I think the entries I did initially were very aggressive, and it didn't pay off in the end. So we did take a big hit today, unfortunately, to end the week. Not on the best of notes, but it happens. New month, new week, going into next week as well. So we're going to see how the data plays out in the coming weeks. We're going to quickly check and look and see if there's anything on Monday. So Monday, nothing pops out from my point of view. So it should be good in terms of data, which may actually mean there's less data in the markets. Oh, sorry, less volume and volatility in markets. And I'm going to show you my market terminal screen now. And make sure you have a good weekend and come back strong and level-headed.